Yeah, I need to learn how to have like multiple scenes in this case. Crap. I forgot. I forgot to play music, bro. Forgot to play music. I need music that is royalty free. Um, mm, let's do it for jazz. Let's do some jazzy jazz. Let's do a chill mix of jazz. All right. First of all, I'm gonna start. I've started like broadcasting, and hopefully this will broadcast it to YouTube, and it'll be fun. It'll be good. It'll be worth it. Yeah. Well, meh, who knows? Ah. Let's bring it on, huh? So this is the intermediate problem where I have to go ahead and find the largest palindrome. Let's go ahead and open up Paint. Okay. Just to help you guys up, I'm gonna go ahead and make this black. I'm also gonna go ahead and extend this, make this black. I'm gonna create a bigger canvas, a little bigger canvas, because we're doing only one problem. I'm hoping not to extend this canvas in general. So yeah. Oops. Okay, I think this should be fine. Alright. So what do we have? We've got a substring. We have to find the longest substring. So over here, if it's B, we have to find the middle option and B A. So what we can do is we can go say, hey, we have got B, A. We can check the middle portion of everything till n minus 1. So for I is equal to 1 to n minus 1. So basically from I to n. Um, wow, that's loud. I did not think this through. Okay, this is better. So now after that, the logic for this, because we know how to kind of do this, so we have to just set the logic for it. So we know from I to n, what I want is I wanted to check. So I'm gonna write a helper function, check palindrome, which will return a bool. So if from what will be the parameters? I wanted to check palindrome from the values, say uh, a, which will be the string, I, and j. Alright, so they'll give it two values, an I and a j value. Alright, and what it will do is or we can give the int. So it'll give the largest palindrome that it can find in that particular section. How about that? Will that function be better? So we can write a function get palindrome at, which will be an int, get palindrome size at, and which can take in the string, the midpoint I and the midpoint j, because there can be two midpoints, where basically the idea is either this can be the midpoint or these two can be midpoint and cause a palindrome, because in the end of the day it can, so say we have a. Again, this is also a palindrome, so we can have that kind of a palindrome, or which will have a b in the middle, and we need to take care of that. So we need to go ahead and check a palindrome with I comma I and j comma j. So how do we check the palindrome? We go ahead and say for I is equal to um, so we know I, so the initial point will be the ij, so which will be the m, let's call it m1 and m2, midpoint 1, midpoint 2. I is equal to midpoint 1, j is equal to midpoint 2, uh, while I is less than j, because you're doing I minus minus, and j plus plus, because that's what we want to do. We want to go ahead and get this midpoint. We want to get this midpoint, and then we want to go left and right. So that's what I will do. I minus minus will go back. J plus plus will go right. So we're going right and left. So we can go ahead and say I plus plus j, sorry, I minus minus j plus plus. All right. Perfect. So this will give us what do you call this now? If the midpoint is same, so what we need to check is if a of I is if a of I is not equal to a of j, then return size. Else return size. So we'll have a size here, size which will be equal to 0, then else size plus plus, size plus plus, size plus plus. I think that will be checking palindrome from that angle. So let's start by writing, I want to start by writing this function. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but I'll help me remember the logic first. All right. So we're going to go ahead, and we're in C++, so of course we need to do it here. Int get palindrome size at, which will be string a, comma int midpoint 1, comma int midpoint 2, int size is equal to 0 for int I is equal to midpoint 1, comma oops, j int j is equal to midpoint 2. We need to make sure while actually that was not good logic, right? Because what we didn't consider, what is the conditional statement here? Why write I less than j? Like, why would I do that? So I is going left, j is going. So while I is mm, so I minus minus, yeah, j plus plus. So it'll always go whatever. So while, so let's say while I is greater than 0 and j is so we can do I is less than 0 comma j is greater than n, all right, which will be the size. We can get the size of a string because a dot size. Okay, so we go ahead and say, let's say int n is equal to a dot size. We don't need to go ahead and do that much. So we know while I is greater than 0 and j is less than size, j is less than size, while I is greater than 0, j is less than size, not size, n, my bad, n I plus plus, yo, I minus minus, j plus plus. This might be the biggest for loop I've ever written, like the biggest for loop condition I've ever written. So of course this is meant to be a difficult question. All right. So what does this calculate? Let's just go ahead and say, hey, if a of I is not equal to a of j, then return size. Else size plus plus. Okay, what are we checking here? Okay, So we go ahead and say, I'm gonna keep this left and right so it makes more sense. So we're checking over here that, yo, let's say we've got A, B, A. And say we send the midpoint to be this one first. Okay? Let's say we send A as a midpoint first. Okay? And that would mean that M1 is equal to 1, M2 is equal to 1. Okay? So what will this do? I is equal to 1, J is equal to 1, uh, while I is greater than 0. Okay, so it'll go ahead and say, hey, is I equal to J? If I is not equal to J, return 0, but I is equal to J. Good. So size plus plus. That means this is one element added. Now, we've got size plus plus. Let's go to the next step. I minus minus goes to 0. Oh, it has to be greater than or equal to 0. Good catch. Greater than or equal to 0. Greater than or equal to 0 because it can go till 0. I can go till 0. J will also say minus 1. 0. So 0 and J will be 2. So size is equal to 3. Is that what we want? Um, we want to see. So output. Oh no! It wants me to give the largest substring. Hmm. So maybe returning the substring would be a better idea, right? Hmm. Okay. Let's say string. Okay. Let's rewrite it so that we know that a of I is not equal to a of j. So we'll have a not result anymore. We will have a string result, which will be return result else if I is equal to j, if I is equal to j, result plus um, if I is equal to j, result can I do a safe coding here? Can I just go ahead and say, yeah, no, I think the result should be fine. Result plus equals uh, a of I, else result okay, how do I add to? Okay, so this is where after you learn string manipulation, aren't I? Damn it! Okay, so how do I, or why don't I manipulate the given string itself and get the substring? Because I can get substring, right? Yeah, I can get the substring. I can just return the substring, which is gonna be, sorry, I forgot how to get the return of the substring. I think I did the question over here. Yeah, a dot substring start point and end point. All right, we can just do that. Start and end, substring, start and end. So we can go ahead and return substring or start and end. Over here, um, the size of the string would be, of course, 1. So we can just return. So we can just go ahead and say, hey, return a dot sub st a dot sub str and we just I'm sorry, this is university. I'm gonna just return a get palindrome at get substring of I comma j. So if the size is 1, so say there is no palindrome, say a z d. Alright, we start over here. What does it do? So it goes ahead and say, hey, z is here, a is not equal. So it goes checks over here, and here it goes like, hey, it's not. Oh, okay, just making sure. Improve the substring, and it goes like tuck. Okay, this is the only substring you want. Perfect, cool. This is a single value. This is substring you want. We'll deal with that. Else. Else do I need to do anything? Because it go like, oh, if it's equal to I and j, I and j, I and j, and just return a then. If the substring, oh, a dot sub str m1 okay, you know what, let's put int I is equal to int I here comma j. That way we can just go ahead and, well, even if it exits the loop, we can just do I comma j, because now it's just reached that point, right? Anywhere it terminates, we can just get the I and j. So if I hit 0, tuck. If I hit n minus 1, tick, we good. That means it's palindrome till there. Alright, so we get substring here, substring here. Alright, so this will return a string with the palindrome in it, and all we have to check is the size of it. Does that make sense? Okay. Yeah, this is not as amazing as I thought. So that way what I can do is then, okay, so is this get palindrome at, what does it do? It gets the a dot size just to make sure I and j will be managed. All right, m1 m2 is greater than this, less than this, I minus minus j plus plus, so it can go left and right as expected. And then when it finds, if it cannot find the palindrome, it'll give the one number before it, because that's the palindrome. If it goes to the end of it, it'll just return I comma j, which is because, well, that's how I planned it, and we should be good in this case scenario. Also, now I realize why this is a good programming practice, because you can now then use I and j a bit more freely. Okay, so that's one way. Now we have to check for each value. So let's say we're going from I to n. Okay, so then we have to just, let's have a, okay, so now it should be easier, right? So we should have a max, which will be equal to 0. Max is 0, and then it will go ahead and max of size of this and size of, okay, max is equal to, so I think we should be able to go ahead and now just simply write for I is to n minus 1, 1 to n minus 1, yeah, less than n minus 1. Less than n minus 1, what we can do is we can have max is equal to size of I comma I, a I comma I, then size of a I comma j, and then have it run till n minus 1. I think that's pretty solid. Okay, let's just do this. All right, you know what? Let's write it down. Okay. So we know int max is equal to 0. Uh, int max is equal to 0. Then we go ahead and say for int. Oh, I'm gonna just do the caching because of the size. It's a function int n is equal to a dot size. I know I'm calling it again and again here. I can probably add a size function and have n be that. Fuck it, let's do that. Let's cache this as well. Int n. Okay, so this will be the int n, which is the size of the array. So this will also have n, so we know how to kind of a dot size. So we can do for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n. Wow, that was close. I is equal to 1. I mean, it doesn't really matter because whatever. It is still bulletproof because even if it goes, hey, I is equal to 0, 0, can I in 0, 0, it'll just go like, oh, you're at 0. I is equal to 0. I cannot do anything here. Why would I go into it? And it'll just return the substring. So it's pretty bulletproof, so it's fine. But yeah, less than n minus 1, I plus plus. So we're gonna go ahead and call std max. Sorry, max is equal to. Oh, so I have to return the maximum string as well. Okay, I cannot just use the std max. Oopsie. Okay. So we'll have to have a string result, which we'll have to return result. All right. So we were gonna go ahead and say, hey, if so I don't want to call this function again and again, right? So let's take string current is equal to get palindrome at a comma I comma I comma n if size of, do I need to size off? Okay. If I'll have to anyway perform the function, so I might as well perform it. Okay, if current dot size is greater than max, then I'll have to do this. Max is equal to current dot size, and result is equal to current. And the same way, repetitive code. Yeah, we're gonna go and copy this, and we're gonna write this here. I plus 1. If current dot size is greater than max, max is equal to current dot size, result is equal to current dot size, and we'll check each of the palindromes, and we should have something. Okay, let's run this in our head. Okay, we have, let's say we have, let's just take a b a. All right, we're starting from a, this a. So we go through it here, we get current, he goes like, oh, he checks this, cool, checks this, fails over here, returns this substring, size of, but goes over here. Sorry, let's just go ahead in here. So 0 0, midpoint is 0 0. So 0 0, it goes here, is equal to this. Fine, doesn't matter. Plus I plus j. Yeah, cool. Hit 0, returns the substring. Okay, actually, yeah, it'll just return 3. Perfect. So size of substring is 3. So it's greater than max. Max is 0 right now, so it'll go ahead and say, hey, max is 3. Result is equal to 3. Hence, now I'm going to go ahead and try these two together. So it'll go this and hit here. Figured out, oh, I cannot do that. So I will be this, so need to return these two. Okay, perfect. Then it goes ahead and hits this, then it gets, okay, this, 1, 2, 3, and it's a substring. Okay, so this ideally should work. I do want to make this n. Okay, I do want to make this n. I know it's a risky move, but I do want to make this n because I think it'll just stop too early here. Because n minus 1 is here, n minus that, then 1 minus that is here. It's fine if it goes till the end of the string. All right, it is absolutely all right. Now I'm gonna try and catch a few syntax errors before I hit test over here. God, I have not even I don't know how many minutes into this stream I am at, and I am I is there any way to find that out? Yeah, I've been 26 minutes. I've not even pressed test once. This was a pre-discussed kind of a situation, so I do understand what was the logic supposed to be. So hence, this for loop kind of makes sense. But of course, I will get more used to them. But yeah, okay, so you've got a dot size, you've got current dot size, if current dot size, blah, blah, blah. So that way we can always update max. Equal to does not matter. It has to be the greatest. It has to be absolutely greatest. Yeah. Oh, do we have any syntax errors? That's what I'm worried about. Because result is equal to current, it's just assignment. Max is equal to current dot size. Current is equal to midpoint 1 is I plus 1. Okay, so we've got 2. Then n, it goes up to n is the size. Let's test this. Compilation error. What was the compilation error? It's a sin. What? Is it supposed to be comma? I think it's supposed to be comma. Comma? I minus 1 and j minus minus. Is it comma? It's probably comma. Does it need that? Over here it does not look like it. One second. Yeah. Okay. Let's just add this then, I guess. Actually, I want it to be or. If Oh, no, like if one of them fails, of course. So if this or this fail, if one of them has failed, just exit out of the loop. What am I missing here? Yeah, there's some syntax error I'm missing here. 3. I'm gonna figure out this single for loop. I don't care. Ah, there we go. Yep. TT out of range. Woo! Why is this out of range? Excuse me, what? I'm so confused. uh, A, B, B. So A, it'll fail. B, it'll fail. It should give 1. And midpoint at, which is 3. How is it reaching 3? So let's go 1. Oh yeah. Yeah, never mind. I see my mistake. Yeah, you might have to do n minus 1. Okay. You win some, you lose some. Yeah, there we go. What did I return? Did I return anything? I minus minus j plus plus. If I is, I'm so sorry, less than or equal to 0, and if j is greater than n. I'm so stupid. Terminate when, no, if I is equal to 0, I is always less than n, I is always, wait, hold on, what am I doing? Okay. Okay, let's just go through this again. Why is this index out of range? Alright, we go ahead and start from 1. 1 is always less than n. Over here, the same way. We start with 1. 1 is like, yeah, so 1 is the max, this is the min. So it has to be greater. So while I is less than n minus 1, while I is greater than or equal to 0, because I can be 0, and j can be n minus 1, not n, but n minus 1. Okay, let's look at A, B, A, B. Okay, this one, A, B, B should be the best example anyway. Okay, so start over here. Simple as that. Okay, get current pair. Okay, both M1 and M2 are at this moment equal to I, which is equal to 1. Okay, so we go ahead. So this is okay. You know what? Can I draw on the OBS? No, I do not have drawing tools yet. Okay, whatever. Z. It doesn't matter. Okay, so 1, we go ahead and say, hey, 1 second. Okay, what do I have here? So I have, okay, I can go up to minus, so I can go minus minus here, plus plus here. So midpoint over here is M1. So it says, okay, it goes like, hey, this condition is not met, go to the next for loop. So of course, in the for loop, it does I minus minus, which becomes 0, which is I is still greater than or equal to 0. That's good. J is less than n, which is still allowed because it's n minus 1 because it's at 2. N over here is 3, right? Data size is 3. Okay. And okay, it goes ahead and it says, oh, not equal, not equal. Return the substring of I minus 1 and j minus 1. So substring of I minus 1 and j minus 1 should be substring of 1 comma 1, right? Yeah. In the next case, we take BB. So midpoint 1, midpoint 2. If I is not equal to j, it is substring. Okay, let's just go ahead and see out result and here. Okay, let's just see if we're at least getting something. Run as a custom input. Okay, so it's not reaching here, which means I have to check here. What the hell is going on? Does it ever go above um, oh, what the fuck? Did you see that? Ten is a single number? Okay. First one is 1, 1. In the second iteration, it went 0. What? Wait, hold on. What? Okay. 1, 1, 0, 2. Okay. Is I greater than 0 true if the I less than n true? Do I get the first result? Hmm. So literally on the first one, it's going index out of, because it's going this dot size equal to 3. Why is it going to the third one? Okay, it's going j till 3. What about this? That's insane. That is clinically weird. I did so much for this. Okay. It has to be, okay, for me it has to be, why is this a result? Okay, if it starts at 1, I want it to go minus minus, so it'll be 0, 2. So and should be fine. Why is it going out of bounds? That's weird. That is weird to me. Okay, it goes, yeah, 1 1. Hey, checks out. 0 2 is not equal. Oh, it'll be I plus 1 and j minus 1. Okay, we figured out one issue. because the output should still be BB. So what's happening when it's BB? So there are two. Okay, so we have not got it for this condition. Because the problem over here is now we've got 1 and 2. Okay, so this is the only iteration that it would do. So it'll do 1 is not equal to so 1 is equal to, and 1 is equal to j, and oh, I'm just solving the problem at hand, which is not the correct way to do it. Which is, I mean, I'm just trying to test out every condition right now. This should be wrong still because I'm still not considering like a weird condition, because the point is I'm doing an I+1 here, right? So if you do an I+1 there. Oh, I guess that's one way to fix it. Just debug till you're dead. Okay, thank God. Of course I failed. Why did this fail? Yeah, BA, so 1. It should be able to find A, B, A, but it found... It's an even number, right? Yeah, so the middle is saying C, A, B, D. What? Why? If... It should just go fuck off at CA. I don't get it. What? Okay, this makes no sense because see, if it even reaches CA, okay, I'm sending CA, it should go like, yeah, this does not really work. Go in here, go like, I I know I+1, j -1, it's a 0, return the null. If anything, there should be a null error. Like, it should be like an empty string. It should be like, yeah, it's an empty string. There's nothing here. Why do you keep going? What's the problem with CA? Fuck it. I'll take it as a. You know what? I'll ask for help because I really do have to go. Yeah, let's take some help. I really don't know because this is a very weird scenario, right? He's still joining. He'll take his time. Maybe we can find something. Hey,
Hello.
Shahrukh, how's it going?
Hey, buddy. Yeah, it's
We
going
meet
fine.
again, we meet
Uh,
again. I think this is getting a bit too often, huh? I've got a feeling you're gonna find something dumb in my program again, like always. Um, so this is the largest subarray palindrome that we were supposed to look for. So what I did was I made a helper function saying get palindrome at. I took a midpoint one, midpoint two, n, a
Mm-hmm.
string, and send the string. The n is the size of the string because just
Mm-hmm.
caching it, why not? I
Mm-hmm.
took an I and j outside. I took a midpoint one, midpoint two.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not equal to the subarray, just send in the plus one, minus one, and
Mm-hmm.
you get the subarray substring there. It passes the
Mm-hmm.
test. It just fails this weird test case,
Mm-hmm.
which is for some reason, like according to me, as soon as it hits CA, it
Mm-hmm.
should fail because it would go
Mm-hmm.
if it hits CA like again the CA is here. It's not. It's at sorry, the thing goes
Mm-hmm.
till n. So
Mm-hmm.
so as soon as the CA comes over here, midpoint 1 is C, midpoint 2 is A, I is not equal to J, so it will just return an empty substring. But for some
Okay.
reason it keeps adding, and I don't know why.
Okay. I just scroll down once. Let me see the budget. So yeah, what you're doing is I start from I1, I less than and I plus plus. So current get param at this, and if current size more than max, max equal current size and result equal to current. Okay, get palim at I and I plus one and okay, just go to the get pal at logic.
Hmm.
Okay, so m1 m2, there are two m1 I and j is m2 while j I more than equal to 0 and I less than and I minus minus uh, j less than and sorry j plus plus. Okay, so if a of I is not equal to a of j, return a dot substr I plus 1 j minus 1. Okay, and eventually you are sending seems to be okay after this I plus 1 to j.
Because I'm sending I plus 1 a lot of times. Yeah.
Yeah, that is fine, I'm not going into it.
Hmm.
Okay, I and j is from m2 if a of I not equal to a of j. hmm. This seems to be fine,
Hmm.
and you're using a dot substr, that is also fine, and a is normal string. Scroll down once, scroll down.
Hmm.
Okay, you will get Pali I, that is E1 I and I. Okay,
Can I send you
scroll down.
this code snippet? Maybe it'll
No, no,
help
it's
you.
fine. No, no, it's fine. Scroll down.
Hmm.
Scroll down. Scroll down. Okay, it's fine. We'll see the test cases. And you, what your function returning is? Just wait a minute. Scroll down. GBACDA. Okay. From where just where result is declared? Scroll up. Result is where result is string. No, scroll up, scroll up. And current is declared on what? Where is current is declared? Okay, current is declared here. Okay. And max is 0. This
Yeah,
should be fine.
I know. I'm also
Hmm.
very weirded out.
Nothing extra.
Yeah.
How JDC can be, even though it's not optimized, but that's a different story. Scroll up
Optimized
once.
would be DP, I'm
This
guessing.
a dot substr, yeah, it will take order of it, but that is fine. That is fine. We're not caring about it as of now. I m1 j m2 I more than equal to 0 and j mm, I minus minus and j plus plus. Mhm, 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 mhm. And what is n? You also passing the n as well. Okay. So if a of I not equal to j, then subsquare of a of I plus 1 j of j minus 1. Cool. Just
Refresh the page.
no. And if it's not equal, then eventually it will be equal. Then it will be I minus minus go back point, j plus plus go to next point. Or if let's say after this we got everything is fine, then it will be I plus 1 and j. Hmm. Seems to fine. We have to put some prints. Run this as a custom input.
Okay.
Hmm. Yeah, this complete. GDCBA whatever is there. That
Hmm.
six part. I just want to run it, not the rest complete.
Uh,
Remove the rest just
this
after
one?
this. Yeah, this one. Remove it. The last one. Yeah, now tested. Yeah, correct. Let's see. Because as per the question, they are saying that this is a palindrome, not
Yeah,
something.
there we
Hmm.
go. It is returning the correct one.
Then run complete one. Run complete.
Um, I just removed it, so I'll have to I'll have to submit again and get the test.
Hmm.
Okay, I'm just gonna refresh once. I feel like refreshing because
I don't think so. That is the issue, but yeah, just pick it completely.
now come on,
Hmm. It's
that
fine.
is
Not
insane.
it. It's fine. Do one thing. Just give me the code. It will take much time.
Okay,
I'll share my screen.
no problem, no problem. Should I send it in the chat?
Yeah.
I'm hoping you get the code snippet properly. No, you don't. How do I send a code snippet properly?
That's fine. It's fine. I'll format now. Yeah. Do stop sharing screen.
Nope, that also did not work. Okay.
That's fine. Do stop sharing screen.
Yeah. That's. I was so happy I finally kind of got it, but what would be the more optimized one? Like, is it DP or is it just?
No, this approach is fine, but we will create in the last this e dot substr. No need to create it in between.
Mhm. Oh, we can just get the indexes and then.
Indexes, yeah.
Yeah, okay, that also works. Eh.
Using I plus 1. Then you're comparing j. It should be from 0 and should be less than and minus 1.
I mean, potato, I think.
Cool.
Okay.
A, B, A, C. CD is also coming.
Yeah, that's very weird.
CDF is coming. DFD is coming. That is fine. DFA, DG is also okay.
Is there something wrong with my yeah, then there should be something wrong with the substring function.
This is not equal I plus 1 and J minus 1. It should be J.
But shouldn't be one in?
Hmm?
Nope, still same.
Yeah, that is fine, but I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, when we use substr, the last, because J is an index, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need a, okay, J is an index,
Mm-hmm.
but it's fine. J, basically J minus, for example, let's say you have a like this, A, B, C, D, E, F, right? If we need A, B, C, then it will be 0, 2, 3.
Hmm. Yeah.
So J might, because J is not equal, right?
Mm-hmm.
But J is going, okay, J is going, okay, it should be J minus 1, yeah.
Yeah, J is going to plus plus, so that's the
Plus,
issue.
plus, plus, okay, yeah, J minus 1, okay.
Yeah.
And I is going I minus 1, then it will be I plus 1. Yeah, that's fine. If this and this are not equal and A is string
Uh-huh.
and they are not equal, right? If let's say this I0, J less than n, I minus J minus, that is fine, M1, M2. After this, if this works fine, then eventually we will return I plus 1, which is it might be so either so there are two cases. It might be because of I broke down or because of J broke down, right?
Yep.
Two, these two conditions are there, right?
Yep.
So if I less than 0, I equal to, okay, because we're using I plus 1, what would be the case? Just I minus minus J.
Yeah, this is a
Then we have to put a lot of two conditions basically.
I don't
But
I thought this will
let's see.
consider it. Because J can because we're putting I plus 1, right? So usually so I minus
What is the issue?
and L.
Okay, so you're saying if J plus plus and going it till end, still it's fine, and if I minus minus it going back,
Yeah.
that is also fine. But what if J goes to n but I is still on the point?
Oh, it'll
Even
still
though,
kill. It'll
even
still
though,
go to n minus 1, but because it we're not
Mhm.
starting I from 0, right?
It's fine, we will look into it.
Mm-hmm.
DCABA is also coming here, which is DCABA. Okay, for DCBAA, it is here.
Why is it though? It's not supposed to.
If A of I is not equal to A of J.
Then it just returns the substring.
I my some issue with this str function. Okay, let me just do one thing. Hmm.
See out I.
Okay,
That's
print.
crazy though.
Then we will look into what would happen if but is still some print are there, but we got 6.
Yeah,
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
six.
Yeah, G and G itself.
Yeah. So G.
But where is that output? G D C B is not there, right? What I'm printing. Okay. It's here basically.
Yeah.
Okay, then you passed I
That's only
and
I
I.
and I.
Yeah, then it goes to F and it goes to D.
But
Then it
can wait, but
mismatch.
J C D A B A cannot be I comma I because okay,
Mhm.
it'll go C correct. Then minus
Each
minus, yeah.
each. Mhm. The thing is, it's on G, and might be possible that this part matched with this part, and this G and F might got mismatched.
But
Okay, D,
how?
C,
That is weird.
B, and A. And how substring is also wrong, right? Let me just do one thing. Let's comment this part.
Hmm.
Okay, it's coming from here. So I and I, G, then D and F.
So 6 and 6. I is equal to G equal to. So first thing will go fine. So it'll become
Mm-hmm.
5 and 7.
Mm-hmm.
How is A of 5 and 7?
Oh, okay. So you're returning if it's matching, it will go to the next.
Yeah, 5 and 7. So 5 and 7 do not match. So it should just return uh, 6 and 6 again. So that's a null string.
Something कुछ तो wrong हुआ है.
I comma J. Yeah.
See. So 6,6 आया.
Yeah.
ये 0 क्या आ रहा है?
What?
0 कहाँ पे सी आउट लगाया हमने? अच्छा आई प्रिंट हो रहा है. ओके इंडेक्स इसकी कोई जरूरत नहीं. तो एक ही बार प्रिंट हुआ है बस, उसके बाद वो ब्रेक बाहर आ गया. ठीक है,
हाँ.
तो 6,6 वो
तो
बाहर
फिर
आ
भी
गया.
GDC भी एक
हाँ
आ जा रहा है.
हाँ, नहीं देखते ना. तो 6,6 हुआ वो खुद से मैच हुआ. अगली बार ये मिसमैच हुआ और यहाँ पे डॉट substr रिटर्न कर रहे हो
So if
तो
how about if we put in like if I minus j is equal to 0?
रुको तो सही है इतने क्यों जल्दी है आपको तो यहाँ पे क्या आएगा वो देखते हैं तो इट शुड बी और फिर उसके बाद देखते हैं क्या होता है
Mhm.
तो 6,6 आया मिसमैच हुआ
Hmm.
तो 5,7 आया तो अब क्या होगा कि 5 से स्टार्ट होकर 7 लेंथ की सबस्ट्रिंग उठा रहा है वो ठीक है
5 6 7
हाँ तो अब क्या होगा यहाँ पे इट शुड बी
नहीं 5 6 7 में भी it's going 6
let let
minus
let
6
let
comma 6.
let me एक बार वो करके देखते हैं फिर देखते हैं जी अकेला आया ना ठीक है अच्छा ज्यादा आ रहा है अरे यार इसके लिए क्या है
Sorry.
हो गया
But why? Why is it I? Why is it j minus I?
सो बेसिकली ये स्टार्ट पॉइंट है सबस्टीआर में और होता है कि इस स्टार्ट पॉइंट से कितनी लेंथ तक लेना है
हाँ.
इट्स नॉट टू इंडेक्सेस got it this is the start point and this is the length
Oh, that has to be the length. Oh my god. I thought it was start and end point. I just saw substring ka function. So I got the function wrong.
yeah
God damn it. Damn it. So if one second, I'm just putting the last if n is equal to 1, return a. Okay, so all I have to do is j minus I minus 1, no?
yeah
J minus I minus 1, j minus I minus 1. ठीक है, j is ending minus 1, and then you go ahead and test it again. God, I should read more of the SDK guidelines. Okay. Now here is my question. No, it's still saying wrong answer. BB
for
कैसे
me
fail
it's
हुआ?
working fine
एक बार फिर से बोलो मेरे को. So there was j minus I minus 1 was the only change I made, no? If
do both two side one down as well
I plus 1 ठीक है. If n is equal to 1, return a. What am I missing? Your function return b.
yeah I started loop from 0 to less than n minus 1
All right.
because we're using I plus 1 right
Yeah, n minus 1. I forgot. Okay. Yeah, I think we should be fine here. Yeah. Okay, so the more optimal approach is through, this is also 180 milliseconds, okay. But the most optimal approach will be actually like rather than having getting
Maintaining, yeah,
yeah,
maintaining the indexes, yeah.
maintaining the indexes.
And
So
in the end,
so
get
so
the
2D
output.
vector array or what would have been better here? So for
Two
the
indexes, two nothing. Just in place of a dot substr, maintain this I plus one and j minus one, whatever is there, I and j.
hmm
Maintain I and j. In the last, when you have to return here result,
yeah.
that time use a dot substr I plus one and j minus I j minus one.
So like if in the helper function it would be better if I just had like an int pair or
Yeah,
something
exactly.
which would
Yeah,
just basically say okay, the first one is I, second one is j, maintain the I
j,
and
yeah,
j, and
yeah.
then return that. Okay, I can do that
Cool.
next time. Cool,
Yeah.
cool, cool.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, man. Sorry, this was a
Okay.
so as detected, it was a stupid mistake.
Yeah, it's fine.
I took a lot of your time for a stupid mistake. Thanks, man. Bye bye.
Cool. Okay. Bye. Don't so.
Why am I so bad? Oh no! All I had to Google was Substring C++, and all it would have given me would have gone like, all right, you want to do this and this. The length is, then you'll see eq length. This is length. Substring takes one and length. Ah, I used it here. I fucking even used it here. Um, it's oh no, I even used it here. Well, now I will remember. Now I will really remember. I'm gonna give this command a 5-star, man. I'm gonna give this man a 5-star. Just, I feel so fucking horrible. Who fucks this up? Did I use an R for this as well? I'm pretty sure I used an R. Anyway, this is gonna be the end of that stream. Just, I don't want to talk about it. I'm gonna add more scenes though. I think I should add more scenes. This was fun. This was fun.